Well, the U.S. Secretary of State is in Canada today for his first official visit since being appointed last year. For more on this, let's go live to CTV's Kevin Gallagher for a look at what's on the agenda and what they're hoping to accomplish here. Kevin.
Well, you know, what they're hoping to accomplish, of course, is to continue to build that strength and alliance between Canada and the United States. But as you mentioned, it's the first visit from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Just less than a month ago, Foreign Affairs Minister Mélanie Joly was down in Washington meeting with him. But of course, this is just before there are G7 foreign affairs meetings that Blinken and Joly will take part in, as well as a G20 summit coming up in November. So there's some big international summits on the horizon, setting some groundwork from that, as well as many international issues that are really of interest to both countries. So the situation with the war in Ukraine, the unrest in Haiti, the ongoing clashes with demonstrators in Iran, particularly over women's rights there, and as well security in the Arctic. Now, today, Antony Blinken will meet with Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, as well as Foreign Affairs Minister Mélanie Joly, at a cafe that has actually started to welcome a lot of newcomers from Ukraine fleeing that violence, as of course the working lunch between Mélanie Joly and Antony Blinken will focus a lot on what more Canada and the United States can do to continue to support Ukraine, to call out some of the rhetoric we've heard from Russia, including recently, of course, Russia saying that there is concern of Ukraine using some sort of dirty bomb. This is something that, of course, Canada and the United States is saying is, a smoke screen trying to deflect and perhaps, blame something on Ukraine. And there's growing concerns of potential, nuclear or other weapons being used there as well, which is something that the United States and Canada has tried to call out repeatedly. And the United States, of course, warning Russia about the consequences of something like that being used in the war in Ukraine. So these types of issues, of course, are all on the agenda as well. Mr. Blinken will close out his day today with a meeting with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and a dinner as well. They'll be hosted by the Prime Minister. Tomorrow, the Secretary of State for the United States will go to Montreal, where he'll visit a lithium recycling plant. That's basically something that will help recycle the lithium, and that's something very important for, of course, electric cars, batteries, that sort of stuff, as well as Canada seen by the United States as a great source in the future for critical minerals. This, of course, is strategy moving forward in terms of resecuring supply lines and having more robust supply lines, given all the issues that supply chains that we've seen over the past 2 years, especially after the pandemic, Nick.
Okay, interesting stuff. Packed agenda indeed. CTV's Kevin Gallagher joining us live. Thanks, Kevin.